Welcome everyone and thank you so much for joining in. Long story short, Bitcoin spot ETF hasn't been approved yet, even though we are aware it might be anytime soon, right? Since it's 10th of January, 21 shares and ARC decision still pending. But I want you guys to be extremely careful because yesterday SEC's account got compromised. SEC's X account got compromised, and this was the tweet. Today, the SEC grants approval for Bitcoin ETFs for listing on all registered national securities exchanges. The approved Bitcoin ETFs will be subject to ongoing surveillance and compliance measures to ensure continued investors' protection. This news boosted the market. The price of Bitcoin hit straight towards 48,000, and few minutes after that, they made an announcement. The SEC's X account was compromised and an unauthorized post was posted. The SEC has not approved the listing and trading of spot Bitcoin exchange traded products. This is extremely misleading, and X Safety even confirmed that. We can confirm that the account SEC's government was compromised, and we have completed a preliminary investigation. Based on our investigation, the compromise was not due to any breach of X system, but rather due to an unidentified individual obtaining control over a phone number associated with the SEC government account through a third party. Now, this is interesting. We can also confirm that the account did not have two-factor authentication enabled at that time. And if you look at this tweet from Gary Gensler, the chairperson, this is a reminder to secure your financial account as well as protect against identity theft and fraud. Remember to use strong passphrases or passwords. Set up multi-factor authentication, and the one telling us to do that, you can see we can confirm that the account did not have two-factor authentication enabled. Now, whom to blame, guys? Who is going to take the responsibility? And this is also clearly a market manipulation. Not just only Bitcoin spot ETF, tomorrow we are also going to get the CPI number, so I want you to be extremely careful. But looking at the liquidation heat map for Bitcoin, you can see we don't have much liquidity left here to the upside, but few more liquidities here to the downside around 44,000 range. So there might be some more shakeout on our way before deciding the trend duration. So if Bitcoin ETF approval is imminent, right, if we are going to see the green light today, then market might react to the news, right, which could be very interesting. I mean, in that case, you can see 48,600 up to 50,000 will be looked as our upcoming target. But if we do see decision pending for longer time, then there could be another retest. Once we lose the support which we have right now around this monthly arrow line 45,400, we might come back to test the support from this CPR indicator, the January CPR indicator, which sits around 41,000 to 41,900, or let's say 42,000 range. 42,000 will be looked as support if the price in the media short term loses a support which you have around 45,400 to 45,000 range. And now, not just only this, even if you look at this in a bit different way, I mean, in case of a shakeout, in case of a retracement, we know this indicator, CryptoAnup indicator, Williams alligator indicator will be there, right? This Williams alligator indicator will be acting as a support, and along with that, even our indicator, CryptoAnup indicator, will be acting as support above 40,000. So even if the price shows further shakeout before the announcement or before the news, we know this lines here to the downside around 40,000 will be acting as extremely important support for Bitcoin. Not just only that, even the support from this volume profile, I mean this POC line, which in the past price action acted as a line of resistance, right, also has a line of support. So if we do see further continuation here to the downside like this towards this POC line which is around 43,000, please do not panic. Even this POC line showcases an assets price point where the most trading activity has occurred, right? So that's why this line around 43,500, 43,600 will be looked as an extremely important line of support for Bitcoin in case of shakeout. Not just only that, even if this bearish scenario for now will be on the line, I mean the price of Bitcoin, if it's going to follow this actual continuation of bearish continuation like this towards 30,000, 32,000, the worst case target which we have mentioned in my video, right? Please, before we see this bearish scenario playing out, first we have to break the support which you have around this 40,000. I just showed you. POC line, right? Above that, we have this POC support line. We also have support from this CryptoAnup buy sell indicator, Williams alligator indicator. Even the support from this monthly CPI line, the January monthly CPI line around 41,000. So any sort of a pullback, first, we have to break the support around this lower trend line. If we want to see price of Bitcoin showing an actual weakness, then we have to break below 40,000. That's fixed, right? So any sort of a shakeout, as long as we remain above 40,000, will be looked as a fake out. And this bearish scenario, after some retracement, could still show a move here like this. Yes, guys, even if the worst case scenario plays out, price breaks the support on 40,000, even heads towards this 32,000 range, that will give us a buying opportunity. You can see the yearly CPI line sits in between 30,000 to 38,000 range. So these lines are the area where I'm going to add more Bitcoins to my long-term holding. So this is my buying zone. And even if you look at this in a bit different way, I mean, I showed you this distribution phase, right? Wyckoff's new accumulation phase, new markup phase, new capitulation phase or distribution phase. What in that case? In that case, we will be seeing another corrective move like this, right? This is in a 4-hour time frame. Please do not confuse yourself. In a bigger picture, we have just started the markup phase, but in a hourly or in a 4-hour time frame, we could see, in case of a shakeout like this, right, price coming back towards this 32, 33, 34,000 range, that could be a big opportunity, right? This could be giving us a buying opportunity. So any sort of a retracement around that area, I personally am going to load more Bitcoin, and I am actually expecting the price of Bitcoin after that to turn very, very bullish. But if you look at this in a bit different way, I mean, I showed you yesterday, the price of Bitcoin could continue this uptrend maybe around 48 to 50,000 before choosing a trend duration. I mean, this will be the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level, because in most of the cases during an uptrend, we have seen price not just only getting attracted around this 100% extension line, even up to this 1.618 extension line. So that's why for me, this is the area where we could be heading first before deciding the trend duration. Not just only because of this, even if we look at this price structure in a very simple way, by simply using this rising trend line, we can see this horizontal trend line right now, or the rising trend line right now, is a line of resistance, but also a line where we could be getting attracted. This same line in the past price action acted as a line of support, acted as a line of resistance. You can see that here, right? So this is where we could be getting attracted, and if that happens, you can see 49,000-50,000 will be on the line before we choose a trend duration. So that is another reason why I'm actually expecting the price of Bitcoin to get attracted around 48 to 50,000 before deciding the trend duration. And even if the worst case scenario plays out, I mean, price breaking the support from this POC line, price breaking the support from this Williams alligator indicator, CryptoAnup buy sell indicator, right? Even the support from this ascending broadening wedge lower trend line, please do not panic. That will be looked as a temporary pullback, giving us a buying opportunity before the price of Bitcoin starts turning bullish. And now, even if you look at this in a very simple way, I mean, price breaking the resistance from this rising trend line above 50,000, the best case scenario, I have to show you both best case and the worst case. Worst case would be around 32, 38,000 price range, the pullback around this area. The best case would be for now to get attracted on the price opportunity from this falling wedge. Falling wedge is a bullish continuation pattern with a price opportunity, in our case, around 60,000, 70,000. So this is where we could be getting attracted. And also, according to this Livermore pivotal point theory, which I showed you yesterday, the price of Bitcoin could be heading towards to test the previous high, because according to this pivotal point, if this exact scenario here is going to play out, price has found bottom, price had formed this new accumulation phase, right? This was our new accumulation phase. And now after this markdown phase, if we are going to continue higher with this buying opportunity while heading towards to break the previous high, you can see what is going to happen once we get attracted towards this trend line and also flip that into support. This is going to give us another buying opportunity. But until then, this previous high is where we could be getting attracted, just like as shown here in an example on the right hand side. So best case scenario would be 60 to 70,000. And if the worst case scenario starts playing out, price breaking the support from the ascending broadening wedge, price heading towards this yearly CPI line, which sits around 30,000 to 38,000 range, then that will be looked as a buying opportunity. So this is what I see right now, looking at the price action of Bitcoin in a different time frame using different scenarios. If you have any doubt, guys, let me say this one more time. If you have any doubt, simply zoom out. So by saying this, I'm signing out, and please do not forget to destroy that like button.